live. Hey, good morning, good night, good evening, wherever you are, my friends. What's happening? It is your favorite Blerd click, ready to talk Blerd stuff with. And today we're going to chat Darth Maul, because guess what? The age of the Shadow Lord is upon us. And if you ain't on game, we're going to put you on today. Yes, what's going on? Like I said, we are joined today by some very, very lovely melanated folks, and we're going to go ahead and get right on into it. Let's don't waste not a damn moment, because we're here temporarily. Hallelujah. So I am your boy. It is me, the real Vince Taylor. Shout out to whoever is watching. Tell a friend, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe button, and pull on up. I'm also joined by the homie Whoopty Frickin' Doo. Whoopty Frickin' Doo. Yeah, she's here live with us, as well as yay. Jay Penumbra is in the house as well. We also got another friend that ain't here right now because of technical. We just call them technical difficulties. I think that's, we just gonna leave it at technical difficulties. I think that makes that's fair. Yeah, technical difficulties, cool. All right, but like I said before, we're here to talk about the release of the premiere, the first 2 episodes of Darth Maul Shadow Lord. And now that I got my 2 friends here with me, I was hoping that we could give maybe a little bit of a rating. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I'll put up a little picture or something. I'll take it down. And we did get 2 episodes. So just tell me if you're giving it 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up, 2 thumbs down, 1 thumb down, meh, in the middle, whatever you feel. Let's go ahead and go with it right now, guys. So we'll put this up for now. And when I take this down, give me your opinion. So opinions coming in 3, 2, 1. Oh, we got a meh in there. We got a meh in there somewhere.
I'm gonna say 1.5 thumbs.
Yeah. For episode 1?
Yeah, because it wasn't the best Star Wars first episode I've ever had in my life. It's not the best like from Filoni that I've seen, but I will say that it left me intrigued enough that I'm willing to keep it going. Like if we're saying this out of 10, or it would be like an 8.5, 9, where like you got me invested enough that I was willing to see what's going. And the stuff for episode 2, I have more thoughts on. But right now, you got me enough invested. I'm not gonna give you a perfect score for a first episode. This was like reasonably like you got me hooked. Let's see if you can finish the cake. Like as long as the bread don't deflate when you pull it out the bread maker, we'll be all right. Is where I'll leave that.
Jay, what was it missing? What was episode 1 missing, bro? Like, I think it's the fact that like this is rarely do I ever say this, but I will say, especially when we are in a Star Wars drought right now, when it comes to how things are these days, this very much expects you to be like, if you ain't watched Clone Wars, if you didn't watch that 7th season, you don't know nothing. You don't know what's going down. You better be down to clown. And that's why I will say flat out that like this is a great episode for diehard fans, but like straight up, if you're not someone like me that watches Star Wars religiously, like I am what you call a Thrawn apologist. I am somebody that will be down to clown with everything. You're not going to see the vision of this unless you're someone like, because like straight up, you don't know when this is if you're just a casual Star Wars fan. I know where this is. This is like right before Solo and after Clone Wars season 7. This is like that in between, but not everybody's gonna know that. So this is gonna leave a lot of individuals like, what's going on? I thought all the Jedi were dead. Oh, we have another youngling again? Cal Kestis was the last one. What do you mean? That's what I mean, where it's like, you have me interested enough where I'm like, I'm down to clown, but not everybody else is going to be down to clown. That's where I'll kind of leave that. I love it. Okay, I still have more questions, but allow me to scoot over to Whoop-de freaking do. What say you, Miss Whoop-de freaking do? What?
I gave it the 2 thumbs up because of you said you have to know all this stuff, but if you just take it as a story for the story's sake, regardless of the fact that it's in Star Wars universe, then you would realize that it's still a good story. It's a good first story of a series. Ignore the fact that it's Star Wars. It's a heist. You've got all this other stuff going on. And it locks you in. It locked me in. Granted, I have a little bit more back story as to what's going on in the Star Wars universe, but I still think even if someone was a filthy casual, they would enjoy this.
Oh wow! Oh
Yeah.
wow! That is fair. That is fair. This does kind of have that neutral feeling of like, let's appease those who do already know what's up, but let's bring in a completely ignorant crowd who is completely devoid of Filoni's journey through the animated series. But I have another friend here who may have something to say about this as well. As well. That's the
last one, right?
All right, my bad.
We love you, girl. We love you.
All right, just to let everybody in, the Lady Mandalore, who's promptly named for this type of short this series. Evidently, I don't know, man. Her Wi-Fi wasn't Wi-Fi or her audio wasn't audio in, but it was giving us like this endless loop of and and it was entertaining, but not optimal for viewership. But either way, Lady Mandalore, you're here. We have already given our thumbs ups and our thumbs ups of how we felt about the episode. So we didn't get that from you. So you are not excluded, mademoiselle. We got to get your thumbs up or your thumbs down. So let me know right now, after watching both first and second episode, are we giving it 2 thumbs up, 1 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down, 1 thumbs down? Are we giving it meh in the middle? Please, the viewers want to know. I'm gonna take this down in 3, 2, 1.
Like,
man,
like
okay.
Wait, hold on.
little less than a 2.
Okay, there we go. See, she gets it. She gets it.
A little less than a 2.
See, she gets it.
I want to know, where are we going? Where are we going with this? Because I need to know more than what you got. And already I have questions about where are we? If I was a casual viewer, just to pick up off of Whoopty, if I was a casual viewer, where are we in this story? Are we during the Clone Wars? Is it right after? They do kind of explain that. Or is this after the Rebels situation? So it's a little hanky in that area, because I was a little bit confused about who betrayed Maul. I don't know where these 2 characters necessarily came from. I think they might have just been 2 characters. I mean, the 2 people in the that he's trying to set against one another in the beginning. It was a little, who the fuck are these dudes type of situation.
You gotta really have Clone Wars in the back of your head if you want to know what's going on. Right,
like they had to have been a name just kind of thrown out there, and if you got it, you got it. If you missed it, you missed it. But also, in all fairness, I have not seen any episodes with Maul in at least what was it been 5 years, something close to that.
Something like that.
So forgive me. I would love to have gotten a little cheat sheet or something before this got released, but you might want to watch this episode or this episode before you get into the next series.
Well, okay, so that's a good. I'm glad you brought that up. So perhaps we can wait.
It's
we can
been 6 years since Clone Wars finished. That's crazy.
Well, he wasn't. The last time we saw him wasn't in Clone Wars. It was in Rebels, right? Remember, he was trying to train.
No, Clone Wars season 7. Clone Wars season 7.
Okay. So the last. Oh yeah. All right. But if we being honest, do we? Oh well, hold on. First of all, I gave it 2 thumbs up because man, that opening scene, bro. Come on, bro. He pulled up, bro. He's back immediately, bro. He pulled the first 5 minutes of the first episode. Come on, is A-list. It's top-notch Star Wars, bro. He jumps out both sides of that dual saber. He goes to work, and I love how violent this is. Because remember, Rebels, they were blood, we really, no, my dog.
Robotic violence.
He held somebody up. Yo, Lady Mandalore, he held the dude up with the Force and let him come down and slice him. Come on.
That was tough. That was tough. I was like, oh my God. I've seen enough intestines to last me a week since Invincible, so I'm like, I'm glad they cauterized everything.
I will say you can tell like they were doing stuff for plot too, because you saw a Maul cut down everybody else in the police station except for Officer Man. He was like, I'm gonna just knock you out because like we don't need you right now. I was like, you killed everybody else in here. But him,
all the droids get, but not the dude that's made of flat. Okay.
And then when he got to the part where all the dudes are, the actual like all the gangsters, he got the gangsters down too. So I'm sitting here like, that's some nice plot armor you got there, young man. I'm like,
I need Mark to get some of that plot armor for the next couple of episodes.
Oh man, please! I just ate, and I don't want to think about somebody else's intestines right now. So let me just go ahead and keep this on the wars. So here's my thing. There was a good question asked a little earlier, and I don't even know if it was a question, or if it was much of kind of like an issue that needs to be addressed, and that I think is for those that are casual fans, or even for those that have watched this before. We got to establish what the timeline is, right? Like, where are we in the timeline? Like, we legitimately have a little bit of confusion. What we do know for a fact is that this is post Palpatine. This is post being split in two pieces. Okay. So he clearly has mended himself up. And I think this is even after his conquest over the Mandalorians, because there was a mention of that as well, right?
Correct. So the best way to put it is that, like, if you watch Clone Wars seasons 5, 6, and 7, Maul had basically created an alliance of all the different crime syndicates. He took over Mandalore, and then when the siege of Mandalore happened, he kind of went underground, and then all the different crime syndicates split up and took all of his territories and took all of his stuff. That's why the Pikes are on their own. All these different people are on their own. And that's why and Crimson Dawn's by itself. And then we're going to see, if you pay attention enough, by the time this is over, you will have seen Maul take over Crimson Dawn, because that will lead into Solo. Is like we're right before Solo, right after Clone Wars season 7.
But did he take over? Were those 2 episodes him taking over Crimson Dawn, or was it just him taking over the Pikes?
So those couple episodes were like him taking over that was him forming the Shadow Collective, because before Clone Wars ended, the Shadow Collective was a thing, and then once Siege of Mandalore happened, it all fell apart.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so with regard to who he actually is going to find, because this is a Kill Bill series, right? This is essentially what this is. It's the Kill Bill series, and now he's going one by one to face everybody who potentially put him in the situation he is right now. Who's on that list?
I don't have the whole list in front of me. I can pull it up.
Well, the first guy, what was the first guy? Ludi.
Yeah,
Ludi Varus, I think was the one guy name.
You had Ludi. No, not is it Ludi? Yeah,
Demo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Nemo. Or
and some guy named Krim. He's a Pike.
Krim the leader of the Pikes, and then you have the Night Brothers. You have the Hutt clan. Death Watch is gone. Black Sun is still a thing. So there's a couple little smaller joints left, but I'm thinking this is going to end up ending with him going up against the Pikes and then Crimson Dawn, and then taking over Crimson Dawn.
Right.
And because he does look okay. Well, yeah. For those who haven't read or know much that's going forward, he may just become Crimson Dawn. We'll see if Dave Filoni tweaks anything for the sake of this. Watch out, man, ladies.
Me and Filoni have a contentious relationship, because I swear by the House of Filoni, but Filoni likes to be like, you know what? You know that thing over there that was canon? I'm gonna redo it and do it my own thing. Perfect example, if you watched Bad Batch, where he retold Kanan's origin. Kanan's origin was already a Marvel comic. Like we've been did that and all that. Like the Bad Batch had nothing to do with that. And or another great example is the Ahsoka novel, where Ashley Eckstein even read the audiobook in collaboration with Penguin Random House. But then 5 minutes later, when we're doing the little anthology series, he's like, I'm gonna redo that because it's my stuff anyway. Ahsoka's my character. So like Filoni likes to embellish and redo things when it's convenient for him. And it's like, can you pay attention to your lore, bucko? Because you're messing up the plot, and I'm not okay with it.
I mean, they need to be asking him for permission on how to tweak things too. I would think. I don't know if that's the case with them.
Well, yeah, because he's
at Marvel. They like to tinker and massage things into however they want it to appeal sometimes. Have a whole conversation about that. But it's I mean, I don't mind when Dave, washes his baby a little bit. It's okay. He tends to do a better job than somebody else. I don't want CPS coming in and trying to my kid.
Not the
CPS.
Okay, she's throwing shots. Well, let's not forget you brought up Kanan. I mean, it is Maul who blinded him to begin, if I'm not mistaken, right? So for those that are familiar with the Rebels, that's how we kind of left with Maul trying to tear Ezra away from the Rebels when Ezra just felt like he wasn't powerful enough, and that the Force, the same story that happens with almost every Sith, if I could only get just enough power, it happened to Anakin, happened to Ezra, but Ezra did withstand it. I'm curious to hear more whoop-de-whoop. Whoop-de freaking do. So like what did you take away from the first episode? Because I think me and you were kind of in agreement that the first episode kind of had it gave, in my opinion, like it was giving me enough to be like, oh, this is official. Like they're not playing around at all.
Well, for the beginning heist, before you even see Maul or you even know what's going on, the beginning heist for me is what pulled me in. It got my attention. From the spy bot and the taking of the bank droid and the using of the clotheslines in order to stop the police from chasing them. That is just a classic heist movie. And I love a heist movie. Yes. I don't know about anybody else. The Italian Job, even Solo, part of Solo was a heist movie. So like stuff like that will draw me in if it's done well. And to me, that was done well.
Yes. I like that too. So. I look, after watching all of Bad Batch, all right, after watching, some of the live actions that didn't, hit as hard as I wish they would, even though the concepts were pretty dope. For me, frankly, it was just really dope to see, even though it's animated, a legitimately well-coordinated lightsaber battle. And that's what it felt like this overwhelming majority of the first episode was. Like, yeah, you get the first 5 minutes, then you get the plot development, but then they end with it. And these are only 26-minute episodes. So we're getting like all of the lightsaber battles that I was expecting. Don't get me wrong. I know that the one battle in Ahsoka where she actually did end up battling with the girl that the young lady who with the lady who essentially was helping to separate her family was one of the sickest ones because she was using the darts and all that stuff. But when I see I just feel like the Clone Wars and the Dave Filoni series the animated series like they really look deeply into the actual choreography of these lightsabers.
Especially with season 7, they even brought Ray Park in and some actual like sword fighters that knew what they were doing for like and mocapped them. So like ever since season 7, they've been mocapping, and it's been a lot better to see those fights go down.
Yeah, it's much cleaner. And much cleaner and believable. Like the physics, even though they're doing the Jedi shit, the motion and the movements and the blocks and the hits and the parries, all of that stuff, it looks clean. It looks super clean.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to see the real battles when they happen, like the one that's on the screen now. That's just gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough for real.
Sure. I will say my favorite performance of the whole thing was, even though we only got him for a couple of minutes, Mr. Allstate himself, are you in good hands? Master was in here cutting up. Because at first I thought it was Sam Jackson. I was like, huh? And then I realized it was the Allstate dude. I was like, all right, I see you, Dennis. You play.
Hold up, man. Enlighten me, folk. I'm not familiar. I know who you're talking about, but who did he voice?
Haysbert? You don't know about our first black president on TV?
the old dude who held up the bridge, who was traveling with the little girl, like that.
That's him.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he's in this clip more.
You only see him for like a little bit because he tells old girl, take your punishment. Go on, take your punishment. And it was
okay. What do we? There he is. There he is. Is in right here. Okay. So what are we thinking about our new? Well, you tell me, because I haven't been as much on the literary side of Star Wars. I've been mostly viewer. What do we think about our new protagonist and what it is that she represents? I mean, being an ex or current Jedi who was teaming up with a clear member of or a former member of the Sith, like, are we over this storyline? Is this intriguing enough? I mean, it seems to fit all of the usual lore. Find her when she's still impressionable. She's got force sensitivities, but she's not grown up, so she can be influenced. And right now, she's just wants to eat. And old boy is like, no, we can't eat if we have to steal. We have to beg. And she's like, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I'll take those apples. And then she lucky to say Akbar and Aladdin, and she would have lost her arm, right? And so, I mean, are we feeling her? Are we feeling her? Do we like this?
I said this before. I said this before the show. There's only so many times that we can say another youngling and another master survived the purge. There's only so many times we can say 66 had some cracks in the walls. Like, maybe that's just. I'm of the opinion that if this many people got away, maybe you didn't do a good enough of a job. Like, where we're at now, we got Cal Kestis, we got Kaden, we got Ezra, we got these two, we with like all these people just kept escaping. Like, what is enough going to be enough? And I think we're getting to a point where maybe Disney just needs to fuss up and realize that we can tell other stories other places. Like, you're afraid of the sequel areas because like the sequels are contentious. You're afraid of the older Republic stuff because you're let the book people be book people over here. Like, you need to figure it out because I'm of the opinion that there's only so much stuff that can happen between 3 and 4, and y'all need to figure it out because we're getting to a point where 3 and 4 is too packed and it's getting a little out of hand. Is all I'm saying.
Like, just say y'all are scared to move forward and you don't want to mess with a good thing that y'all had. Just be brave. Step out and believe in the Force. Y'all could be fine. Also be brave. Stop being, stop letting racists dictate, because we clearly see what we're going through right now. Stop letting the racists dictate what your story's going to be. I'm just going to say that. Be a little bit brave.
Yeah, perfect. I would love the High Republic to get something new.
Clearly, we want something new. Everything you guys throw at us, we show up front and center. We watch what you give us. Give us something new.
Yeah.
Can I push back?
Go for it.
They tried with the well, again, it sounds like what we're focusing on is the period between Return of the Jedi and between the turn of the, well, you said between 3 and 4, so that's between between Revenge of the Sith and Of New Hope.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we did get Acolyte, which, depending on your perspective of it, is kind of out. All right, damn. All right. I was just saying, in terms of new, everybody gave me the look, but you said give them something. The Acolyte don't got nothing to do with no Skywalker.
We know from what happened with the lady's book who came out, who was the executive producer or whatever. We know that whole show got torpedoed by the grifters, the racists, and the sexist weirdos. We know that got bombed because of that. Even though it had good writing, it had good ideas, and everything like on the wall. It's just they saw, oh my God, a black person! Oh my God, women! And they panicked and they thought it was the devil. In reality, Star Wars has been some of the most progressive stuff ever. I know we lived in a period where SNL made a whole joke about, oh, look, we're gonna have the meeting of the black characters in Star Wars awards, and like Lando and all of them showed up on SNL that one time. But like, we've kind of moved past that, and we moved to an era where we can have deeper conversations. So like, it's just the problem of they want to dictate what happens with this fandom, but in reality, everybody's been down to clown for a long time. It's just they're allowing the grifters to control the narrative. But we can tell dope stories if they quit listening to them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're not happy with anything that y'all give them. They're never happy with anything that you give them. They're going to find a way to bitch and moan about this shit, and it's fucking cartoons. There's nary a black person in this hoe. I'm not going to hold you.
I bet you by Sunday they're going to say this new girl is just a
They're going to talk about how woke it was.
Yep. They're gonna be like another female character. Is she just an Ahsoka clone? I bet you by Sunday you're gonna see everyone saying this is just an Ahsoka clone.
What kills me is that in a world with so many races and shapes and types of people, it's someone who looks like me that's a step too far.
Yeah, I mean, they will sit here and have a quarren, you know, with all the stuff coming out their neck, you know what I'm saying, or one of those, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, the little ones that they be underwater lead a show before they see like a Samuel L. Jackson or somebody like one of the best roles that I think was unsung, and which was Reva in Obi-Wan, which was one of the few really good things to come out of that show was the Reva aspect of it. How you got essentially an undercover Jedi who infiltrates the Sith. And I don't think that everybody, she got braids and all that. And then Ewan McGregor had to come out and be like, yo, chill, you know? And so, yeah, they'll find a way in this, I'm sure. But for right now, if I can just take a step back and holler at my man, Jay, who had half a thumb for the first episode and then a whole thumb up for the second episode. Can we talk about the second episode, homeboy? Like, what was it in the second episode that gave you a little bit more confidence in the show having longevity?
I will say it was the development of the like the Shadow Collective story. It was the beginning of a similar lesson that Maul was trying to teach Ezra, where it's like, hey, you can leave whenever you want to leave. It was that moment where it's like it almost plants the seeds of doubt that, oh, Maul ain't that bad of a guy. It plants those seeds of doubt that the Jedi had all the answers, that I love that Maul's really good at doing. Because like Maul is what I like to call the closest you'll ever get to like a dark gray, where he likes to play around and be like, yo, the Sith are wrong and the Jedi are wrong. I'm right, and that's why I call it dark gray, because he's evil, but he says F both houses, and it's the best stuff ever. And
is he evil?
Oh, brother,
come on, bro.
I mean,
bro. We not doing this.
I mean, hold on. I mean, is he really evil? I mean, we sit and we talk about Anakin and him being kind of wooed by the Sith and wooed by the dark side, and that's why he went and killed them kids, right? So can we also can we attribute the same mentality to Maul, who was, before Palpatine got a hold of him, was he really as murderous? Was he really as evil? Does he have to unlearn his education like Lauryn Hill in order to be able to move forward without having to worry about having Palpatine in the back of his head? And I mean, right now he's kind of on a murderous redemption arc. I give him more anti-hero than I do like evil and villain.
That's kind of what I mean by like anti-hero, where it's like it's a dark gray. He's very much, he has dark intentions. He wants to run stuff for himself, but it's still a negative trait where he's still like disrespecting the law. He's still doing things his own way. Like if we ever got a Solo 2, I would have loved to see Han versus Maul for 5 seconds. I still think Solo was a good movie and people get mad at me for it, but it's like genuinely, I think Maul is that perfect point where he is the darkest gray you can get when it comes to the concept of gray. Though gray is a stupid concept. Like I think he is the perfect anti-hero of the Star Wars universe.
I like that. I like that. What you think about that, Lady Mandalorian? Whoopty freaking. It's gonna take me a while to get used to Whoopty freaking do as a name, but go ahead.
Personally, I think he's still evil. I agree with the fact that he's saying that both houses have to go because they're not serving him. It's not because one is better than the other. It's just not a means to his ends. Right. So I don't necessarily see him as a hero. I don't see him as an anti-hero. I just see him as an opportunist. Someone who's using what he learned from the dark side, as you could say, from the Sith, in order to further his own agenda. That's where I stand on that. I don't see him as good. I don't see him as a Sith, but I don't see him as, other than an opportunist, doing what he needs to do to get what he wants.
So I will pose this question too. Is Jabba the Hutt evil?
Yes.
Oh, see, no, I don't think he is. I think that he's a scoundrel. I think there's a big difference.
I would put him and Jabba in the same fold. The only difference is that Maul can get up and go out and do his own bidding. He doesn't need to pay somebody else in order to go get this thing done, and you better get it done or else.
I feel like
not
we
like
view things a little differently, but I'll let you finish.
I don't think he is a good human being. Well, whatever. I don't think he's a good person. I don't think he's a good character. I think he is somebody that should absolutely spend a few nights in the gulag, if you will, if not in perpetuity. But I think there's varying degrees of mischievous versus evil. He is solidly in the evil category because of what he has done and has the capabilities of doing. I 100% evil, can't give it to him. He's like 70-80%.
I feel like we need the law versus chaos chart because like we need that to be a thing. We pull the D&D chart because I would say Maul would probably be either chaotic neutral or neutral evil because he serves his own nonsense. He hates both houses. He wants to burn down both houses, but he's on his own path to fuel his own means. So he's either chaotic neutral or neutral evil, where he is neutral, he doesn't care, but he's running his own pocket, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, what's different from all right. So if you recall, back in the very beginning of Din Djarin's premiere, he was a bounty hunter, like complete bounty hunter. Dude sliced the dude in half with the black saber. Granted, that was a little later, but he was going out there and he was supposed to kill Baby Grogu for everybody. Oh, it's not Baby. I know it's not Baby Yoda. All right, we can just call him that every now and then. It's no big deal. All right, he was finna go kill Grogu until he looked at his eyes and he was like, "Oh."
I would say Din Djarin at first would be like lawful evil. I would say he's either lawful evil or lawful neutral, where like he plays by the rules, like he plays by Mandalore rules to fuel his own nonsense. Right. Where like that's what I would say.
Well, here's my point though.
Din Djarin wasn't like inherently evil. He wasn't inherently bad. He had a job to do. You tell me what you want me to go finish a job. I'm gonna go finish the job, but pay me my money. Yeah, that's the only difference. He could have been on the good guy side and find it. If you told him to go find Darth Sidious, he wouldn't come back, but he would go after Darth Sidious for the right amount of money.
Yeah.
But my point that I'm making is there was an enormous turning point in the lifespan of Din Djarin that pushed him into the hero column, right? Does Maul have that same? Do we grant him that same? Do we afford him that same? Kind of like runway to get pushed to the point, because he's clearly trying to, I mean, look, obviously all Sith, there always is two, right? There's an apprentice and then there's the master, and we know in this case that Maul wants to be the master. Let's just keep it. That's not something we have to worry about. But in this instance, is it possible that we have reached the beginning of this story before he can kind of fumble into his hero arc, so to speak? I mean, I just get the sense that it's not as cut and dry as him being just evil. They're trying to give us a sense of morality, despite the fact that he is John Wick with the saber, right? He's still, trying to come for the Empire.
Is he?
I mean, he's out for revenge.
So, like, here's the thing. John Wick had a point where he just kind of effed off and went and played by his own rules. He went and obeyed the law at one point. I would say Din Djarin is more closer to a John Wick, if that makes sense. When it comes to Maul, Maul's always on his own shit. We know Maul has an endpoint versus other characters in the franchise. Maul has an endpoint that we are well aware of. So if this was anybody else, that we didn't know their ending, like Din Djarin or something like that, I'd be like, you know what? You're cooking. You're making a valid point. But we know Maul is going to be like a pain in the ass until all the way until the end, and then he's gonna have that moment where he's like, "Is it true? Is the savior close? And that's it. That's the closest we ever get to a moment where Maul might become slightly good, where he hopes for the future. But otherwise, Maul is on his own shit the whole time. He's always doing something chaotic the whole time. That is always how Maul runs the things. So Maul is always going to be that person that has his own agenda. And like it's almost never going to be good intentioned, because all the way up until the end, he was doing dumb shit. He was always doing things that met his own agenda.
Okay. All right.
Yes, opportunist. Yes.
All right, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to play devil's advocate or nothing, you know, even though every now and then I do play devil's advocate, you know what I'm saying? But not today. I wasn't ready for this moment at all. But just in case I was playing devil's advocate, I would say that Darth Maul is a victim of a circumstance. I mean, wasn't he kind of like, all right, now follow me out. I'm not necessarily saying that he's good, but he could have went a whole different way if he was brought into the good side of the Force, but that's not what happened, because when he came up with all them mamas around him, okay, you know the mamas I'm talking about, all them witches. When he came up with all them witches around him, what other choice did he really have? I mean, he was just kind of like, it's kind of more, you know how Cassian Andor, he wasn't, he was literally, look, for the side of good, he was murking people, even on his own side, right? And we just had to accept the fact that that's what it is. Like, sometimes you got to kill your own spy just to make sure that some other people on another planet can live. Doesn't make him evil. I'm not saying that Maul is the same way. I'm just saying, like, Maul, he never had a chance. And right up until the point where he's cut in half and now has to, like, find his way back as a spider. You know what I'm saying? He just wants to learn how to live. Like, he never had a chance. I think this could be his hero arc. That's all I'm saying.
His eggs were little scrambles when he was a spider.
Again, I would say that if it was any other character that we didn't know their endpoint, I'd be like, fair, dog, fair. But we know this man is going to be on some nonsense all the way until the end of the road. If it was anybody else, I'd be like, you know what, fair. Like, if perfect example is Anakin. Like yes. Anakin has an up and down road. We know that he has different arcs and different things. Like, we didn't know how we got to episode 3. We didn't know what his growth was going to be, but there was something in the middle. Sure, he has great heroic moments and whatnot, but Maul's a little different, where everything we've seen of Maul, even all the way up until his death, he is on some nonsense. At the most, we might see him care about this child for like 6 weeks. But like, other than that, we know in the next chapter is Solo, where we see him deceiving and using another female in old girl from Game of Thrones. So like, we know that Akira. So like, we know he's always going to be on some nonsense. So like, we have the whole playbook. We're missing a couple pages is what Shadow Lore feels like. Because I'll be the person to say, when Shadow Lore was announced, I was very much like, why are we doing this? Well, what was the point of this? Like, unless you're gonna give me everything that happens like after Solo, and we see how we get to him being at a Sith temple, that I would be more interested in. But we're doing between season 7 and Solo. That's a weird point where I was like, I don't know about that one, Chief. So I'm down to watch, but I'm sitting here more like, you're getting 1.5 thumbs and then 2 thumbs there, because it's like, I didn't see the point of this. When this was pitched to me, I was like, what's the point of this? And this could have been a Penguin Random House novel that was narrated to me instead of a whole TV show, because them Penguin Random House novels go hard with the audiobooks. They get a whole narrated cast and stuff like that. This could have been a Penguin Random House novel. You could have did anything else with this, and I'd have been fine. But am I happy it's here? Sure, fine. But
it makes me more curious because they're greenlit for a season 2. So what I know Filoni be in his bag for something serious. What the fuck are we doing for 2 seasons, 10 episodes, 20 episodes total, to tell more story of Maul. I'm hopeful that they're going to go into the Sith temple and do some weird stuff with this and not touch time travel, because oh my god, if y'all touch time travel one more time in this entire series, I am going to lose my shit. Stop touching shit. It was fine. Y'all fucked up. The only thing that I'm going to let y'all be valid on with the time travel is fixing them fucking prequels, because fuck my life. What y'all did was blasphemy. Blasphemy, and you know it. I agree with you, Jay. I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, okay. I mean, I like it, but what do I need to love this? Do I have to? Like, what are we all getting out of this? What is this going to do to help drive the movies that y'all got coming out forward? Like, this better.
Maybe that's what season 2 will be about.
But Maul doesn't even get to the Ahsoka movie and whatever, and like that's, we know this man dies by Obi-Wan's hand. This man does not get to the next chapter. We know he gets cut down. So why are we doing this? That's kind of where I'm at. Where I'm just like, what are we doing?
I think I know.
Can I say time travel? I swear to God.
No, I wasn't going to say. Wow, I didn't mean for the balloons to come in on the X-wing, but it is what it is. But I have a guess as to why they're doing this. I'll give you 2 words: cash grab. Hallelujah. You know, I mean, listen, they literally did. This is the Mandalorian model, right? They wanted to move forward with a character that had mystique, that grasped the imagination of everybody in 4 through 6, that saw Boba Fett on that ship with Darth Vader, and like, who that guy? Who that guy that don't talk at all, but he's real cool and he flies and stuff? Like, you know what? Let's make a whole show about him. You know, so it's kind of the Boba Fett. I said Mandalorian because when they originally introduced Mandalorian, what got people excited about the Mandalorian was that he looked like Boba Fett. I mean, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong about that, but the majority of people was like, yo, oh shit, like it's a dude in that same armor. I mean, it's not green, but it looks cool. And I think a lot of casual Star Wars fans probably thought the Mandalorian was going to be about actually Boba Fett and Jango and all that other stuff. So yeah, here you have one of the other most popular characters in Star Wars, and they're like, oh, there's money in this here heels. And they decide to put it on the screen. And I feel a little different from y'all. Yeah, I'm for one, I'm ecstatic about this because I miss lightsaber battles. I just like to see
I'm tired of lightsaber battles. What do you mean, brother? I'm tired of lightsabers.
You're tired of lightsaber battles?
Okay, so
we differ in that regard.
Solo type stuff. I want to go back to solo type stuff because I'm a solo apologist. I swear up and down that Solo was a solid movie, that we could have got more smuggling, more nonsense like that. But I will say this. If y'all really wanted to cook with a side character that y'all been saying y'all wanted to bring back, you could have easily pulled a Thrawn and just said, you know,
wait.
It's Thrawn.
I'm still not impressed.
Let him cook. I'm
a Thrawn apologist. I love me some Thrawn. But if y'all really wanted to give us some new lightsaber material, and y'all really wanted to y'all wanted to pull something new and do a Shadow Lord or something like that, just throw the EU hooligans a bone and give them Revan. Just give them Revan. Just finally pull the trigger, call Keanu or whoever, give them Revan and call it a day. Because now we're trying to fit a large suitcase in an airplane compartment that don't fit. And if we add too much to this area that don't fit, it's gonna irritate the Wikipedia people, the people who catalog all this stuff. So I would rather you say, give me Revan, give me something else instead of giving me Maul. Because don't get me wrong, do I love hearing Sam Witwer go, Kenobi? Yes. At the same time, I'm tired of seeing your face, Maul. I'm tired. That's all I got is I'm tired, damn it.
All right. Well, he's not a fan.
I'm down for more. I'm watching. I love anything Star Wars. I'll be here. But I'm still gonna side eye you while I watch it. Is where I'm gonna
Yo, can I jump on the bandwagon and co-sign the love of Solo and not necessarily understanding that it, especially the Lando that it gave us. I was big on the Lando, big on Donald Glover, big on his what do we call it? Omnisexuality. All right, so I'm gonna co-sign. I also the only real complaint I got about man, because quick spoiler alert, Maul is actually has a cameo in Solo. And the only other thing that I didn't like about it was I feel like they could have done the Chewie origin a little bit better. I don't mean to go down a rabbit hole on that, but I feel like the Chewie meets Han Solo moment should have given me a little bit more depth than them just being where they always are in a fucked up situation and having to lean on each other. But as far as the story and everything, outside of Amelia Clark's, let's just say going one way and we not knowing that she was going that way. I think that it was a solid story, and I'm here for more Solo stories. I actually think that Solo could have done more with that, just like you. We could have had follow-up. I think Solo was more for me. Jay, I feel like Solo was more of a TV show. It should have been an 8-episode banger, in my opinion, and it would have worked too. Am I the only one that believes that?
No, I agree. They should have fleshed those stories out a little bit more instead of trying to jam pack them into was an hour and a half? Barely?
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. Him and Chewie meeting up.
Right. That could have been a whole episode by itself.
The parsecs thing. They try to get it all. Everything in there. They try to get everything in there.
They had like 3 scripts in that whole legend.
Yeah. And now not to go down another rabbit hole. I'm sorry. What was that Whippy Freak to do?
I said, no, I agree. It would have been better as a TV show.
I also would have liked to have seen, if we're being honest, I loved that Lando is potentially, I don't know if y'all are co-signing on this, but potentially maybe have his own project in the works. And I would be here for that.
How long to see that thing?
Yeah, it's been like
10 years, brother. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But I just love that he leaned into the gambling aspect, which is how they met, is how he ended up with the Millennium Falcon. I love that they actually kept that part of their relationship intact. And so I think that's cool. Well, listen, guys, I don't want to keep y'all here too much longer. I do want to start wrapping up if it's okay, but I got to get at least perhaps from everybody your predictions as what we should possibly expect. You don't got to go deep into the weeds. Oh, this is going to happen, but you're going to say, I don't think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to love it. I think it's going to get better. Or you can go a little bit further and say, oh shoot, before I ask that will be our final question. But I had to ask this to y'all because I know that y'all know Star Wars probably much better than me. But talk to me about the big bad. All right, we got a little bit of a glimpse into our big bad. All right, he walked down the elevator thing right here. All right, we get a look at him real quick, and tell me who it is that we are seeing, what to expect from him, because I felt a little aloof, and I got a sense that if I talk to you guys, you could kind of bring me up to speed.
That is for sure. An Inquisitor.
Yeah, isn't that just one of the Inquisitors from the anthology?
Yep. I don't know if it's a brother. I don't know which brother it is. I never know which fucking brother it is. It could be a 9th brother, 6 stepson or some shit, but it's definitely an Inquisitor.
Oh wow, it's just an Inquisitor. Dang, that's it. That's so
That's the one that went after Ahsoka and her redo of how she bled her lightsabers. Like we've seen him before.
Oh wow, okay, because this dude was giving me, I don't know, it looked a little more sinister, and I don't know. I'm hoping
he's a problem. Oh no, he's a problem.
He's a bad motherfucker.
He's a problem for sure. He is not one to trifle with. Please do not think just because he's quiet, you can't see his face. He's not gonna murk you. It's a problem for real.
I mean, not only that, but I mean, he seems to have that level of that penguin, that kingpin-esque type of. When he shows up, everybody on one knee type thing. It didn't seem to be as uniform as just, hey, this is a guy doing his job. He's got to find all of the, the Jedis that still remain after the 66. It feels more evil.
The first 11th brother, because the first brother showed Marak. He showed halfway through the trailer as well. But we're getting the 11th brother, who's the bird mask looking dude, and then we're getting Marak, who's the first brother, which I still say to this day, they should have sussed out who the brothers and sisters were from just in line, but they never could keep it in line, and it was annoying. But here we
or at least how you make one. Can we at least get like their origin stories? Like
Yeah.
that would be an amazing.
That'd be a dope
like,
show.
Dope show.
Yes.
There you go. Okay, and what do we make of Devon Isra? I believe that's her name. The young Padawan that we are now introduced to. What are we seeing a promising character? Are we seeing an expendable character? Are we seeing the representation of light in this dark series? What say you guys?
I'm gonna reserve my decision until episode 5.
Damn.
I agree with what she's saying. Like I said earlier, by Sunday you're gonna see everybody calling her Ahsoka Diet. They're gonna call her Diet Ahsoka. That's all it is. She's Diet Ahsoka in the eyes of these neckbeards. It's gonna be really annoying. They're gonna see spunky kid who's sassy to authority figures, and they're gonna be like, she's Ahsoka light. And it's gonna be like, I'm here for it. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm with Lady Mandalore. Like, let me see 5 episodes. Let me see what you do. But they're gonna be calling her Ahsoka Light by Sunday. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Man. Whoopty freaking,
Sunday.
do you agree?
Wait, you mean today?
No, like by the end of the week, they're gonna be saying she's Ahsoka Light. By the end of the, I'm gonna give them a week because they gotta edit and put stuff out. So right. I'm gonna give them a week, and by the end of the week, they're gonna say she's Ahsoka Light. Like Star Wars Theory's gonna have a whole video talking about she's Ahsoka Light.
There's gonna be a new culture. Whoopty freaking do. What say you about this phenomenon?
The only thing I have to say about it is that, as it stands for her, she is giving you that angry, angsty teen type vibe at the moment, and it looks like somebody that could easily be pulled dark. I don't think that's what we're gonna get. But again, wait and see.
Oh man, go ahead.
We've also got this whole future of Star Wars too. She could be one of those Jedi that gets picked up and trained to brought back into the fold of this new Jedi life that's supposed to be coming down the line. She could be one of those.
Okay, so a sequel Jedi.
She's gonna be down the line for a long time.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, how you still here? Oh, time warp, force stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah.
What she's a little younger than Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, I would say so. A little younger than Ahsoka.
She could 1,000% pop up in one of these movies.
Sentient Gilbert, who knows?
Yeah.
Would we? I mean, well, I guess time will tell whether or not we like that or not.
Yeah.
But now we're down to our final question, which was, if you recall, predictions. What do we think in these upcoming 2 episodes? Are we going to like it? We're going to love it? We're going to hate it? Do we think that we're going to get redemption from Maul? Do we think that there is anything that we're looking forward to that we know from stories before? Let's go around the horn. We'll start with Jay. We'll go to Whippy freaking Do. Then we'll go to Lady Mandalore. And I'll close it on out. Jay, what say you, my animated friend, about predictions?
Animated. I prefer enthusiastic. But
enthusiastic.
I will say I have 3 predictions. We are finally going to see the death of Rook cast by the end of this because she's been hanging around a little too long. We're finally going to see because correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe Rook is in Rebels, so I believe by the end of this, Rook will definitely have taken her L. The master dude, Allstate's not gonna be here. He's gonna have a tragic death that will force a decision in the young Padawan. That'll definitely be that vibe. That's my thing. And then also we'll probably see what leads into Solo, and then maybe season 2 could be after Solo, but we'll see what happens. But I would prefer Filoni do it that way rather than trying to say we're gonna fit all 3 seasons, and we get a 3rd season in between 3 and Solo. That don't make no sense. Also, last thing, shout out to Richard Iode from IT Crowd because Poo Boo was my man. I love me some Two Boos. That was a cool droid. So I had to give a shout out to my man real quick.
Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and keep it moving. Whoop-de freaking do. What say you about predictions for this upcoming series? We only 2 episodes deep, and I believe we go on 10. And the last 2, I think, are dropped on May 4th.
I think we're basically going to see some sort of development with our new Padawan that we've been introduced to. Once again, I don't think Yoda Light is going to make it out of this either.
Yoda Light. No,
I don't think he's gonna make it out of this either. Other than that, I'm here to watch. I'm here to watch. I'm gonna take what they show me. I will always be sat for a Star Wars story.
Hey, me too. Lady Mandalore and all of your knowledge and enthusiasm. What say you about predictions for the show?
Let's see. Well, I know that Darth Maul is just an categorically just a loser. That man don't know how to take an L gracefully to save his life. We are going to be getting a new baby grayish type of Jedi, even though I know they're trying to get rid of that whole gray Jedi thing. What else? Oh gosh. I think we're gonna get a time jump. I think we're gonna get a time jump. I think we are. If it's not in this season, it'll be going into the second season.
Okay.
Oh man, don't do a time jump, man. Don't do a time jump, man.
Stay
here, man. Stay still.
That's what I'm saying. I like
Stay your ass still, David.
She's saying what I'm saying. Like, we cannot have all this fit between 3 and Solo. There has to be a jump to where the season 2 could be after Solo, and we see those characters that we saw in Solo come back. I would love to see that, because if we just keep playing this ball of everything's in between 3 and Solo, it's not gonna work, dog. I'm telling you.
And every single Star Wars series has had a time jump. Every single solitary one, from the movies to the TV shows, has had a time jump, including Ahsoka.
Yeah, she's right.
The only one I think I can find a loophole is Obi-Wan. I think they sat.
They jumped. Didn't he jump? They jumped to the end.
Yeah, they jumped to the end.
Jumped to the end. Okay,
Yeah.
let me shut my ass up. Let me shut up. All right.
There was that show that was after Rebels that took place after Episode 6. I forget what it's called. It was like Star Wars Wings or something like that.
Yeah. With the fighters.
The kiddie show.
Yeah, the kiddie
show.
No.
It wasn't the one with the X-wings and all of that. Like, wasn't there? Oh no, that's a movie coming out. The Star. So I'm thinking of something different. I'm confusing things. You know what? Let's go ahead and wrap this up before I say something stupid again. Hallelujah. My whole part was, my prediction is that we will
Resistance.
Yes, I did watch Resistance. The animation was weird on that, but I did watch it. But my prediction is that we will leave with a sense of empathy for the plight of Darth Maul, that they want him to be. I'm not saying this is what I'm wanting, but I feel like the creators of the show want Darth Maul to kind of be like Penguin of the DC universe, where if they expose you more to like what he had to deal with that made him what he is, then more people would look at him more with more dimensions, as opposed to as the evil Sith they were introduced to in in Phantom Menace. And so I would predict that towards the latter half of this season, we start to see scenes where they try to make us feel sorry about Maul, where they try to show us that he had to go through such and such in order to get to so and so. And through that, they're going to try to generate some sort of culture of compassion for a gentleman who we all know is problematic, to say the least. So that's all I can really say about that. But yeah, I think that's at least a decent wrap up for this first 2 episodes of the show. Hallelujah. So let's just go ahead and take away from this what we will. Who knows? Maybe you'll see us back here next week talking about the next episode, which I believe drops at 3 a.m. on Monday. Did you watch it at 3 a.m.? Because I watched it at 4 a.m.
No, I watched it like noon today.
I was indisposed for quite a while. I woke up at a nice time.
You would. All right. Well, either way. Well, listen, on behalf of myself and everybody here who did join our humble little chat real quick, just want to say thank each and every last one of y'all who did tune in to Room Full of Blerds on Sundays. All right. Anything else? Anybody anywhere else to watch? Jay, what the freaking
Plus,
do?
I have my show Comics Unmasked on Sundays as well. We talk about comics. We interview different creators. It's a great time.
Hey, let's tune into that. What the freaking do? Anywhere to find you?
You'll find me probably Tuesdays and Thursdays with the Blerd's Eye View crew.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Blerd's Eye View, always putting in work. And of course, if you happen to be around on a Saturday morning and used to watch cartoons, the new Blerd Order is around Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We talk about all different kinds of nerd Blerd culture, from things we watch to things we read and things we're reading about. And in all things, as we always say, guys, be your authentic self, because if you ain't being yourself, you being fake. And there's no honor in that. If you're a geek, no matter what kind of geek that is, go ahead, let that good old geek flag fly. Deuces.
The new Blerd Order is one of my favorite places to visit. I hope you'll join us next time.